Alright. Cool. So I'm live. I want to watch it on YouTube. Options. Click on it. Cool. All right. Is that down? Okay. Coolness. So, all right, everybody. This is my second live. I'm playing with some toys, making sure everything works good. And last time I did this, it didn't record right, and I just wanted to make sure everything's good and we have some fun. So, thank you for coming. This is Learn with Eric. This is going to be my second episode. In the last episode, we talked about Groove. We introduced you to creating pages. And in this episode, we're going to jump into doing a little bit more. We're going to go into working with the blog. And we're going to get into doing Groove Mail. So, in the last episode, I had some type of glitchy thing, whatever happened with the blog. I don't know what was going on with the subdomain. Whatever, they fixed it. Everything's up and running now. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And then I also set up my email address, and I went into Groove Mail and set that up to send and receive emails. So I have all that set up. So just kind of go through a quick, come on. All right. Just kind of go through a quick overview again from yesterday. Right here we have our Groove pages, and then what we did is we came here and we created our page for howhealthierhappens.com. We went here and just showed the template, and we got the site up and running. We connected our domain name to it, and from there we started kind of showing you how to use Groove, actually set up the pages, right? So today what we're going to do is we're going to go into Groove Blog. So I'm going to go back to my dashboard just to kind of keep things consistent. And here at your dashboard, you have, like I said, you have a couple options. Come over here and you can go and choose your particular application you want to run, or you can choose them here from the top. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here to Groove Blog, and we're going to click on that. And we're going to come up here to all of our blogs. So like I said, I have a couple blogs here. Some of them I haven't even touched yet. I'm kind of bad at blogging, but I write all day, which is kind of one of those weird things. But we're going to start and set up a blog. So, up here you have the create new blog, right? And then what we're going to do is simply click on this, and then you come up with your blog name and the subdomain and what language you want. So for here, we're just going to create How Healthier Happens. Alright, and then we need to have a subdomain. So I don't know what was going on yesterday with the glitch, if it was something I was doing or what, but like I said, I played with this before, so I'm going to do it again. So I'm going to go here, we're going to go do Learn Eric, okay, and we're going to go here How Healthy Happens. Alright, so this shouldn't be taken. If it is, I don't know. And then English. Right, so click create that. Oh my god. So how go Learn. I did play with this earlier too. Learn Eric Healthy. Alright, and we're going to create a blog. Okay. So it's just a matter of, I was playing with stuff earlier in the subdomain. So just make sure you get your subdomain going. So here we are with our blog, right? They give you some basic filler content to get started. This stuff is going to get deleted, right? You have your images, you have your categories, you have your copyright, all that fun, happy stuff, right? So the next thing what we're going to do is we're going to go and we're going to connect this to our domain, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and I'm going to right mouse click on my right mouse click on this, and we're going to go here, going to right mouse click on account settings, and we're going to open up our account settings. And we're going to come back over here to domains. Okay, manage domains, and we're going to come here. So now what we're going to do is come over here to where it says Groove Blog. Okay, now we're going to connect this to our account. So we're going to create another subdomain for Groove Blog. So hit the plus. All right, and we're going to say Healthy Eric 2. Okay, and we're going to hit OK. All right, subdomain plus Healthy America or hyphen. I did. Healthy Eric 2. Okay. I don't know what they're going goofy with their subdomain. So right here we have Good Healthy Eric 2. You can have multiple domains and multiple things for your blogs and things if you want to have multiple blogs. All right. So now that we have that, we're going to go back over here to our get out of this. Go back here to our account, and now we're going to come over here to our settings. Okay. So now once we have our settings, we can go ahead and start playing with how we want our blog to work, right? So we have our blog URL, which is going to be posts, okay, whatever slug. We have our, for tags, we have for our campaigns, right? And we have for categories. So you can change these. You can add these additional features, right, however you want them to be. It doesn't really matter. Just leave these at the default if you want just a normal, like a WordPress blog. But if you do have specific needs, you can go ahead and add these extra things into your blog. From there, we go to our domains, okay? Now, this is where we're going to go and play with the subdomain that we just created, okay? So right here you have a couple options. You can publish to a subdomain, you can publish to your root domain, okay, or you can publish to a directory. So 99% of the time we're going to come here and publish to a directory, and we're going to come here and we're going to click our domain, right? So now we're going to come and choose the domain that we just purchased, which is our How Healthier Happens. And it's going to ask us what location do you want to go to. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to come here to our subdomain because we want to have like blog, right? And then we'll come over here and we'll choose our go to root. Go to root, and then you want to go to blog, right? So when you come here, you'll have howhealthierhappens.com/blog, right? So if you want to change this or whatever, you can. Once you have this set up, just go here to save, and now it's going to save your blog. So now if everything should be working, howhealthierhappens.com/blog, copy this, paste it into your browser, and it should come up with your blog. Okay. So see here. So now your blog is up and running. Everything's cool. There's no, errors or anything like that. So that's how you connect your blog. So again, simply come over here to your account, and then you come over here to account settings. Okay. Go to your domains. Manage your domains. Okay. Then you're going to come here and click on the blog. Okay. You're going to create another subdomain just to connect the two together. All right. Once you have your subdomain, you're good to go. Let's cancel out of this. Then come here and you choose your public folder like blog if you want that, or you can use the other two options. Again, I say just use blog. Choose your domain, choose root, okay, and then your blog, okay, and that's all you need to do. And then make sure that you just save it, and all your changes are saved, okay. So again, to test it, just go to your blog domain, and it should be up and running. Okay. I know, a little confusing, but you know. Then we have our logo. Okay, so now what we have our Groovy logo right here. I haven't created a logo yet, so I'm not really going to worry too much about it. But how we do it is we click on the delete and come here to change. It's going to bring us to our image library again, and I'm just going to choose this logo here because this is for another website, but I'll change it later. So hit select, and now it's going to select your logo and go ahead and save your image. Okay, same thing will be for your favicon. Okay, if you, for the little image up here in the corner, I'm going to go ahead and choose my favicon there, select. It's going to show the favicon. Again, save it, and now you're good to go, right? From there, we can go to social links. You can come here and add all of your social media links for Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all that. Then we have comments. Okay, so now how the commenting system works right now is that you can use your Facebook app ID, and then you can go ahead and create posts, right? I don't have it set up right now for this account. I have one on my other blog, but basically just be a little thing down here that shows up that will allow you to allow people to make comments. Forms. Okay, now this is going to be where you have the little sign up form on your blog. So I don't have one set up yet, but we'll just go and show you. So you come up with the name of your form that you want. So get free workbook, right? I'll come in here and I'll go to get free weight. How healthy it happens workbook. All right, and then you can choose your form, right? Right now you don't have any forms. We haven't set those up yet, but I'll show you those in a little while. But here you set up the form that you want for your people to get. So I'm just going to go here to Groove Sign Up just to keep that on there. And then you hit your save. Now you'll have the form that when they go to your website, they can see and fill it out and go to the right group. We'll go more into this later as we go in and set up more forms in the Groove Mail, and then we'll come back to the blog. But right now, that's how we'll set that up. Your copyright information. So we can go here to copyright 2023, all rights reserved. Okay, go ahead and create your own little copyright attack. Save that. And then embed ads. This is where you can put in advertising and codes and things for stuff. So we'll get more into this as we go. But basically here you can put a header banner, you can put a footer banner, you can do a sidebar banner. And these can be affiliate products. They can be for your own products that you sell. It could be for anything you want, right? It's just some advertising banners that show up. You can leave these blank if you don't want to have anything, but we're going to put a couple banners in a little later. Tracking pixels, again, we can, Groove is really high on making sure that, you're found on the internet and you can track things. So you have tracking information you put for the header and the body and underneath the body. Then we have our OG meta tag information again. So like we showed before with Groove Pages, you can come in here and put your meta title. You can do your description. You can put keywords, your OG title, your URL. You have an OG type. So if it's a blog, an article, author, a book, whatever it's about, you can do that. And then you have your description. So you can put whatever your blog is about. And then you have your OG image right here. Once you have all that, go ahead again, hit save, and everything will be updated in the system. And then now we have our RSS. So a lot of people have been looking for RSS feeds. So you can go ahead and create your own RSS feed. You can do it by specific post, or you can do it by popular post. Come up here, put the author name in, hit save, and then you'll have yourself an RSS feed that you can now put on your website or into other areas of your business. So that is the basics, just getting the settings. So again, just go ahead and do your SEO settings. Make sure that you have your correct domain set up, your logo, favicon, social links. Okay, do your Facebook code for your comments. Okay, set up your form. Like I said, we'll get back into setting up forms in a little while. Your copyright, your embed ads, okay, tracking, OG, and RSS, right? So kind of get through this and just kind of get your basics set up so everything's going to work. Then, like I said, just come over here to your Groove blog, make sure that you have the correct URL, everything working, and you're good to go, okay? So pretty simple. Next thing we're going to do is come up here to your navigation, okay? So now the navigation, if you look here on the blog, we have our header navigation. We have our nice little groovy logo. We have our categories. We have a call to action button. So if you want to go here and do some type of call to action, get a book, join a membership site, whatever you want to do, you have a nice little button there for call to action. And then we have our categories here. So you have the latest polls, popularity, tips and tricks, and we have must read. And then we have our main blog here, our posts that come up, okay, and our little slider here. And then we have all of our posts in a little grid like that. You have a more post option here. And then again on our bottom we have our footer. We have our footer image and our categories. And then we have our copyright, okay. So this is just one of the layouts that we have. They're going to be designing more, but for right now this is what we have to work with. So here is where we're going to be able to work with that. So right here we have our top navigation. I have software. I have solutions and about us. I don't want any of these, so I can right mouse click or left mouse click right here on the dots. I can edit or delete. So I'm just going to delete it. Are you sure? Yes. And now you'll see that it's gone. Okay. We do the same thing. Delete. Okay. And then we have our about us. We'll just delete that as well. This is our blue button right here. So if you were to look right here at the top, we have this blue button. Get your free report now. Okay. This is the toggle switch for that. You can turn it on, turn it off. And then again, click on this and you can edit it. And then you can put your thing here. I'll go to get free report, right? And then you put the URL or whatever you want it to go to here. And like I said, we'll set this up a little later and then hit update. Okay. So now if you come over here, it should update in the system. Okay. Said get free report. And you can see that all of our navigation or stuff is also gone. So it all works in real time. Okay. And then down here we have our community in the footer. We have the same thing. I'm going to leave those for right now just so we can move on. But again, you just go ahead and click on them and edit. No big deal. Then we have our categories. Okay, so these are the categories. If you look here, these are the categories right here. So we can go ahead and delete these or move them around. So I can come here to delete from navigation, right? Delete. We don't want that. All right, delete again. Okay, we don't want these. Tips and tricks, delete. And must read, delete. Okay, if we want to add one, we can click on the plus. And then we have our add to that categories. We want to go to all categories. Categories. Latest. So you can add more categories that way. We're going to come out of that. We're going to come over here now to our links. Okay. So here we're going to go and play with the theme, okay? Click here on customize the theme. Click on that, and then we're going to get our basic layout, okay? We have appearance and we have layout, okay? So under the appearance, we can come here and we can choose type of font we're going to use, our font size. We have our body text color or body text font. We have colors. So if you want to change up all of our colors, we can sit here and just click on these and change colors. Again, you have your specific colors for SEO or for marketers. You have the grid. You have the spectrum, and again you have your hex and RGBs and all that. So you can go ahead and customize your colors to whatever you want them to be. Okay. Scroll down here, you have your overlay transparency. So if you have an overlay image or whatever, you can play with that. And then you have your custom CSS. From there we go to our layout, and here we can choose specific pages for our layout. So we have the home page, we have the post page, and we have the category pages, okay? So once you choose on the specific one, we have show your sidebar, show categories, show opt-in form, show dates. So one thing you might want to consider is just taking that show dates off. That way that if you don't post often, or if you don't update your post every once in a while, people are going to be looking at it. It's like, well, that was written back in 2020, right? So they want new fresh information. So keeping the dates off is going to be a good way to make sure that people think that your content's fresh. But post your content regularly. And then number of posts you want to show before you get the more post option down here. Okay, 5 is the current number, but you can do whatever number you want. And then you have the layout. You have the list layout, which gives you the list like this. Okay, you have the grid layout, which is what we were using a little while ago. You have a little grid like this. Or you have the masonry layout, which is what I kind of like. Kind of more, it's cleaner because it kind of lines up more. And then you can sort your posts by alphabetical, A to Z, Z to A. First created, last created. Okay, first updated, all these things right here, right? So you can choose how you want your post to be shown. So we'll just do like last created. That way, the newest post is always going to be the first post that they see. Okay. So once you get done with this, you can go ahead and choose another page. So then we have the post page, and the post page is going to look like this. Okay, shows you what it's going to look like. And we have here show the sidebar. You can turn that on and off, and show dates. Again, take the dates off. Alright, and then finally we have the categories page. This is your categories. Okay, how many you want to have on your categories before it comes down here to more. Right now, again, it's set to 5. And then we have our list view again, if you want it like a list. Okay, if you want the grid, or if you want masonry. Okay, I'm going to go with grid or list. I just like list like this for right now. You can always come back and change it whenever you want. There's no set rule. And then once you get all these are done, you may have all of your 3 pages selected. You just come here, get to appearance again. Just make sure everything's correct, and then hit the X. Okay, and that's going to get that out of the way. And then here we have our save option. So you save your changes, make sure that everything looks good, and then come here and hit exit. If you want that box to show up with the menu, you just click on the cog wheel and it'll come up with your container. And then to get rid of it, just click on it again or click on the X. Okay, again, hit save and then exit out. Okay, so that's setting up the theme to getting the look of your website going. So now if I were to come back over here and I were to refresh, okay, I'm going to have my pages here like this. And I can come up here to my categories if I had the categories listed and all that. So it's very simple. It's not the greatest WordPress, quality, but it gets the job done. Okay, so now we're going to come here to categories. All right, we can add different categories. You can edit your categories. It shows you how many posts are in the category. Then you have your actions, so you can edit and delete them. Okay, and then once you're done, you can add a new category. So you just come here and you click on the name, what you want for the slug, your description, and if you want to show this in a navigation. So let's just come here. We'll put in tips. Okay, and we'll put the slug in of tips, and then we'll go here, tips and tricks. Right. Show and navigation, yes, and then we'll go done. Okay, so now we have our tips. All right, now if we come back here to our page and we refresh it, okay, now we have tips listed right here, right? And if we click on it, it'll go into that category where I don't have anything on the page. Okay, so go back out of that. From there, we come over here. We can come over to our posts. So you can see here all of our posts. So if I come here, you see that they're live. That's why they're showing up. If I click on this, I can edit the post. I can share the post. I can clone the post. Or I can delete the post. So if I share the post, it gives me a share link. So I can send it to people and people can read it. If you want, you can come here and edit the post, which brings you into the editor. Okay, let me get out of this real quick. Exit out of that. Don't save. I can clone it. So I want to make a copy of the post like this. Okay, so now I have one that's cloned. Alright, it says clone. Alright, I can come in here now and I can click on this and I can delete that clone. Are you sure? Yes, delete my clone. Cloning is bad. Okay. You also come here and go into open editor. It's the same thing of clicking in here and going to edit. So you just come here and click on this, open editor. It's going to bring you back into the blog post. Okay. So just like anything else with Groove, you have your image. So this is going to be your featured image. Again, you can click on to delete it, or you can come here and choose. Again, it'll bring you into here. Select the image. Actually, we'll go and collect that image because it's cooler. Hit select. Okay, now your image is going to show up. Your slug right here will be the name of your blog post. You can change that if you want. You can visit the page. Okay, you can see what the page looks like in Groove. Okay, you can come here and change the publishing date. So whatever date you want to change. If it was done today, it's done in the past, whatever. It doesn't really matter because we're not showing dates, but it might be a good idea just to, have that set up. Otherwise, that doesn't really matter if you're not showing dates. Then we have here our category. So going into the tips and tricks, we're going to get rid of that because we don't have that category anymore. Click on our categories, and we're going to go here to tips. And if you want to have multiple categories, latest, whatever, you can choose multiple categories. Okay. Tags. So we can come here and go and talk about, I don't know, diet, hit enter, food, drink, candy, right, whatever. So you can come here and create your tags. You have an excerpt section here, so you can come here and do an excerpt of what people will see when they first look at your post. Then you have here your post settings. So for the popular post, you want it to show in the sidebar. of your page showing a carousel. So I don't want that showing up in the carousel. And then show up on homepage. So if you want this to show up on the homepage of your blog, you can do that as well. And then allow comments. So if you have comments set up through the Facebook, you can go ahead, click on that, and show comments, and allow people to comment on your blog post. Okay. From there, we go to our metadata. So you can come in here and add more metadata to your post. The title, the description, all that, keywords. Click on that to go down. Then we have our open graph. Again, you want to come in here and do an open graph. That way, you can have a different image for the post compared to your featured image. And then here you can choose your type of post it is. It's a blog or article or whatever. Put your description, and then again, you can choose your image here, and then put your image into the post. Okay, that's going to be your image, and then you basically go down here and close that off, and then come in here to custom code. So if you have any type of custom code or anything that you need to put onto the website, okay, or onto the blog, you can come here and put your custom code in. So it's very simple, pretty easy to use, okay. And that's setting up the post. Now, to write the post, come up here again. We just click on here and say how to start a blog that makes money. And we come here and enter this. So we can go to it is a great day when we take our blog to the next level. Okay, as we blog and create content, we can monetize our blogs with ads and products, right? So come here, and again, you can change your spelling or whatever if you type like me and don't know how to spell. And then you can highlight things like this. So you can come here and change your heading style. So if you want it to be heading 1, 2, 3, 4, or whatever, normal text. Again, you can highlight this, and then you can make it bold, italics, underline, strike through. You can create some lists, bullet points. You can change the color. So if you want like a different color for your text, you can do that. So it's not too difficult, just a matter of what you want to do. Want red. Oops. Want red. Go okay. Boom. And so now you have red text. And say if you want to highlight something in the background, okay, you can go ahead and change the background. So if you want blue, go ahead and do blue. Right? So you can highlight stuff like this as well. Okay, very simple. It's just like Word, your Groove pages. It's just a matter of choosing what you want. So you write it in this just like you would anything else. You can come in here and paste text in if you wanted to, right? So if you write your blog in another program, you can come here and paste it. It's a little bit more with editing, but it's still good. And then you come here and you can add additional information. So hitting this plus gives you some stuff that you can do. So first thing you can do is add an image. So you click on that, and you can add in an image from your library, and then your image will show up. Okay, you can click on the image, right, and you go your editing. You can edit the image, like come in here and edit it. You can click on the image, and you can move it up or down, right, go above it or go below it. Go below. Okay, you can navigate that way. You have your options here. So if you want to do anything with your thing, put a link on there, right? Add in a link, go to another tab. So you have editing options for your blogs, right? So you go back down here, and then underneath here again, you go ahead and click. You can add a video. So this will bring us into our Groove Video, and we really haven't talked about Groove Video yet. That's going to be in probably in the next video, next lesson. But these are all your videos that you have. You can go to YouTube and you can actually put in a specific YouTube video that you want to have. You have a Vimeo. You can put your Vimeo URL. You can come here and do your Wistia video code, and then you can just embed a video here. Okay. They just updated this. It's the first time I actually saw it, how they changed that, so it's pretty cool. But you can go to your video library, and then you can kind of choose what you want here. And let's say I just want this YouTube video that I have for my whatever. I'll click it, and then I'll come here, and if I click the play, it'll start playing my video. Okay, so there you go. That's how you can do that. And then if you want to delete something, delete it. You click on the image, and you can delete it or whatever. They have a trash can now, so if you want to delete it, you can delete. So that's pretty much the basics of your blog. So you can continue writing. Salad is the greatest meal on planet Earth. Right? Okay, so now that you have your blog written, or you have all of your side matter done, click on the X. Okay, what you want to do is you want to first save as draft. Okay, you can go ahead and you can preview your blog post. Okay, and you can come here and see what your blog post is going to look like. Okay, we can get out of this. Boom. And then you have your, they changed it, they scheduled it now, so you can schedule your blog post, or you can publish it. I'm not sure why it's scheduled here. That's something new. I just saw that, so I get this with my editing. And then when you're done, simply come here and exit. It's going to ask you sure you want to save. Go yes. All right. So now we have our scheduled post. I don't know why it's scheduled. It's something new. And then we can come here to our. Go back and edit this real quick because I'm not sure why that's said that schedule. I don't know why it's scheduled. That's new. That's something new. I just saw that myself. So I'm not sure why it says schedule, but I'm not too worried about it. So I'm gonna exit out of here again. Save it just to save it. So to add a new post, simply come here and click on new post. And then you're going to have this option. So this here says publish. Maybe when I was playing with the date, maybe that's why it did scheduling. Let's see what happens if I go here to let's see what happens when I do that. Go okay. I don't know. I'll have to play with it. I'm not sure why. It doesn't really matter, but something new I gotta learn. So here you go again. You just go ahead, put your title in, put your description in, and you start writing your blog post. Exit, don't save. So that is basically Groove Blog from that point. From there we go to our Publish tab, and then when we're ready, we just simply go ahead and hit Publish, and then everything that we've done so far to the blog will now show up. Okay, so now if I go here to my blog again, okay, and if I refresh my blog, okay, it's going to have my blog posts, right? It's going to have all the stuff that we just did, except for the first one that I guess is supposed to be for scheduling. And then my link goes to wherever, okay. You can go through here and kind of jump through your post. If you want the post, simply click on the post itself. It'll bring you there. And that is pretty much it for Groove Blog. It's really simple to set up. Once you get everything kind of going and played with, you can do that. And then you go back here to your home, and then you'll see all of your blogs. and they should update with images as we go. If there's a blog here that you don't want, you can simply click here, like I said, and delete it or make draft. Let me take a look here to my healthier. Is that draft? Make draft? No, not draft. Anyways, that's weird. Okay. Anyways, like I said, I'm learning myself, but there's lots of cool stuff you can do. So that is Grooveblog. That's getting it all set up. From there, you can kind of just create as many blogs as you want compared to your program or compared to your plan. And we're going to start building up on the healthier blog shortly. But I just wanted to show you how to get it set up. So the next thing I want to talk about in this episode, I want to go and talk about Groove Mail. So kind of show you this really quick. I'm going to come over here to this, and I'm going to scroll down again to my dashboard, kind of look, and then we have all of our stuff here. I'm going to come here to Groove Mail, and I'm going to click on that. So now this is your mail program. So this is like your GetResponse, your Aweber, all of that stuff. Okay, so as you start going through building your business and creating stuff, you're going to want to have this to have all your contacts, right? So up here on the left hand side, we have our home, we have contacts. If we click on this, it'll show all of our contacts. These are a lot of junk, or not a lot of junk, but stuff I've played with. We have import contacts, so I can import contacts that I have. I have suspension, so if I don't want my unsubscribes, things like that. Suppressions, if I don't want specific people or groups or whatever to join my list, I can do that. From there, I have my list. So here are all of my lists that I've had set up. I have my people that are active in my list. I have my unsubscribed in my list. I have my total, my date when they created, and then I have my drop down here. I can edit or export contacts. So another good thing is this is if you want to, you can export the contacts to your own list to key on your computer. Compare them to others that, compared to people that unsubscribe or resubscribe, things like that. Or if you have another program that you want to use to actually send your mail, you can do that. You just kind of collect them on a list here and then import them into another program if you want. From list, I have tags. So these are tags that I created for different things. So if you do a specific action, if you go to a specific list or whatever, you can tag your people that come to your into your list, and then you can use that tag to separate people out or send mail to specific groups of people. Put them in sequences, things of that nature. And then we have our categories. So right here I have different categories. So I have students, I have clients, things like that. So if I want to separate out people into specific groups, and I can a lot of segmenting, a lot of setting up that you can do, right? And then from there you can go into segments, and you can see all the different segments of people that you create a different segment. From there we come over here and we have our categories. So right now we can come campaigns. So we can look at our broadcasts, how many broadcasts we've done. We can see the broadcast name. We can see the opens. We can see our clicks, unsubscribes, recipients, failed, and status. Right. We have our sequences. So if you want to create an email sequence where you go ahead and somebody gets on a list, then they get subscribed to a membership, and they get sent email, like an email newsletter every week or whatever, right? Whatever sequence you want to create. And then we come here to your email template. So this is really cool. Groove just integrated this. So just like your email, just like with your Groove pages, you can now send email designed HTML pretty email templates, right? Um, so say if you want to use with this template, or if you want to preview, right? Click on the preview, and this is going to be your day of pets. This is what they would receive. Of course, you come here and edit this, make it look how you want, right? But you can send beautiful emails with Groove, right? You can also create your own template. So if you create a template here, you can come and create your own, put them in different categories, things of that, like that. I believe that the email template is only available to paid members, and I'm not sure if GrooveMail is available to free members. I know they're playing with that, but you can play with it and see how it goes. You have all your different categories, right, and then all that fun stuff. So you can come here and actually do some really cool stuff with your templates. You have my templates, all right, and then you have your categories. So you can come here, template categories, and you can create a different category, and then all that good stuff, right? So we'll get more into that as we design our website. Automations are the same thing. Now we have different automations. So if somebody comes to one of my forms and fills it out, they'll go into the sequence where they'll be sent to a specific list, and they'll be put into a specific sequence and all that stuff, right? You can come ahead and create your own sequences, automations that do things. And then here's our form, okay? So this is where we were before when we were looking in the blog, right? We need to create a form that people can connect to and connect to our list to get on our mailing list and receive emails and then your freebies and all that fun stuff, right? So here are a bunch of forms that I've created, and then we have custom fields where you can come ahead and create custom fields in your form that can then be used for other information. So if you want to collect like an address, or if you want to collect some type of information, you can go ahead and do that and collect it very easily. Okay. Then from there we have senders, and this is where it becomes important. So you have a couple options here when it comes to creating senders. Okay. Every sender needs to be set up to send mail through the Groove platform. But we also have options for SendGrid and a couple other platforms. So if you don't want to use the GrooveMail, or you want to use a different email sender for whatever reason, you can do that as well. So what we would do is basically come here, and I already set it up earlier to make sure everything works, but how Healthier happens is my sender,